Guys, this is mental. This is mental. Sheryl Swoopes. You know the way people were like, oh, Sheryl Swoopes is not going to make any difference. The Caitlin Clark stuff, her being like, well, I don't work for these, it's her own platform. Sheryl Swoopes is now no longer calling the game tonight. She is not commentating. She works for the Dallas Wings. She's meant to be calling the games. She is not calling the game tonight. Like, that is one of the craziest old stories. It was from just over an hour ago. So Sheryl Swoopes is not calling the game. And y'all try to play, she voiced her opinion that was different. Sheryl Swoopes, look, one thing I don't understand is this. Like, Sheryl Swoopes, I'm pretty sure came back this season, like, after having a kid. Like, this is incredible. It's like, I don't get insulting Sheryl Swoopes' game. Me, Sheryl Swoopes is a legend. But, like, I just want to see, is there any other articles about her not calling the game? Not that I can see here, right here on Twitter. But we are looking at a game where we're looking at Sheryl Swoopes not doing it. And that's just typical Sheryl Swoopes. I'd say she backed out. Caitlin Clark is Voldemort for Sheryl Swoopes. And again, like, this is the most unprofessional thing I've seen. And it's one of those things where it's like, I really dislike the way that the fact that you can't even, Sheryl Swoopes is one person that is alluding to it as well, that, like, you are a certain ist-word if you just talk about this like it's a real sport. Like, that's a huge issue, I think, with the WNBA, is that you can't actually talk about it like it's a sport without being some sort of ist that I'm not going to start off with. But if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We're trying to hit 30.3k by the end of the day. We're 6 off. Either way, this is a sign again. I don't know if she was told to leave or she said no. The Sheryl Swoopes stuff is ridiculous. The Sheryl Swoopes publicly out there making sure everybody knows Onyenwere is or sorry for all the hate Onyenwere, or not Onyenwere, sorry. Onyenwere didn't really do anything wrong. Diamond to Shields. And it's just like, she made sure that when she's talking to some people, when she's talking to Elle Duncan, it's a call. When she's talking to some people, she makes sure to call them. When she lies blatantly about Caitlin Clark, she'll make sure that she'll just privately apologize, not say anything publicly, and continue to hate on her publicly. But then when it's a chance to try one-up Caitlin Clark, yeah, it becomes a public thing when you have a chance to go at Caitlin Clark. Thankfully, she's not calling this game, because she would be silent. She would be absolutely silent, like, and you're seeing it, like, some of the stuff said about her, and it's funny. It's so funny seeing social media about Sheryl Swoopes, and they're like posting Sheryl Swoopes stats or posting some like random things, and they're just like posting being like, Sheryl Swoopes a legend. I know she's a legend. Paul Pierce was a legend. People can criticize Paul Pierce. Like, you can be a legend in the sport and be a dumb analyst. We've all lived through sports. Maybe most of these WNBA fans, who I don't actually believe are watching games, aren't fans. They'll just be like, Sheryl Swoopes a legend. Man, if Caitlin Clark has the career Sheryl Swoopes has, she will be happy. There are very few people that have had the career Sheryl Swoopes has, and I mean that. Disrespecting Sheryl Swoopes as a player is the dumbest thing you can do. But just because you were a good player doesn't mean you can spout nonsense. That you have free reign to lie. You have free reign to go, to effectively, to spend all the time hating on a 22-year-old woman. And again, and it's not even like, man, the Sheryl Swoopes thing is getting really, really annoying. It's actually getting really, really annoying. And thankfully, it's like the vast majority of people when it comes to Sheryl Swoopes, it's just laughing at how ridiculous she's been. But I will say, anyone going and attacking Sheryl Swoopes as a player is dumb. It's like, I don't know, it's like if Michael Jordan, or like, let's just say later on in life, Kevin Durant becomes old man shaking his fist at the crowd, and on Twitter going mad at people, which he probably will be. If any NBA great is going to become old man yells at cloud type person, it's going to be Kevin Durant on Twitter insulting everybody. Don't go to insult his game, because you can't win that one. But this right here, I hope that this is Sheryl Swoopes. I don't really care. It doesn't look good either way. It doesn't look good either way if technically she may have lost part of her job for this one game. Nor does it look good if Sheryl Swoopes said, I'm not calling that game, because she refused saying positive about Caitlin Clark. If it was a Sheryl Swoopes decision to say, I'm not doing this, then that is one of the weakest things. That was one of the weakest things. And the fact is, again, the Diamond to Shields thing, like, I really like Diamond to Shields, but she was objectively in the wrong yesterday. You can see this here. She checks into the game down 23 points with 4.5 minutes left, picks up 2 fouls and a flagrant foul in 38 seconds against Caitlin Clark. None of them near the ball. In her first 30, she came in down 23 and picks up that. Like, we can't forget, she got undercut out of Caitlin Clark got undercut out of a timeout. This looks like a tactical thing against her. But to defend, I don't think I understand defending Diamond to Shields as a person after what she did, but defending Diamond to Shields' actions on the night is reprehensible. I don't think any personal insults towards Diamond to Shields are warranted, because there's no history of doing this. It seems to be a one-off thing. But at the same time, like, what Sheryl Swoopes was doing is crazy. Either way, though, she's not calling the game. Whether she refused or whether she was taken off the game, I don't know. It is going to be an interesting one to see, though. And it should be a fun game. Like, Arike playing. Sheryl Swoopes might not speak today for the entire game. One can dream. Man, she's gone. Sheryl Swoopes might not speak today. Nah, Sheryl Swoopes is gone. Either way, that is pretty much it. It should be a fun game, though. We're getting to watch Satu playing borderline like an MVP level player. We get to watch Satu. We get to watch Arike. Hopefully, we get to watch Arike doing Arike things, whether that's for good or for bad. Natasha Howard's hooping. McCowan's playing pretty well, to be fair, right now. So we got to watch, hopefully, another Fever win. Fingers crossed, another Fever win. But if it's not a Fever win, it'll be probably because Dallas are an informed team and are starting to play really, really well. So an interesting game. It would have been interesting to see Sheryl Swoopes on commentary, because she wouldn't have actually said a word. It would have been hilarious. Either way, should be still a good game anyway, because these are two pretty decent teams. And both of these teams, I think, are on if I'm not mistaken, both of these teams are on 3-game winning streaks. And that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.